get it when we actually do our recap. We're going to go ahead and start with prayer like we always try to do. Well, we always do, not try, we always do.
Okay.
We're going to start with our prayer. Heavenly Father, we take this opportunity just to say thank you. Thank you again for life, health, and strength. We ask you to continue to bless us as we conduct our class business. We hope that everyone an open mind and realize that we are here for a group and we are the committee that make decisions based on everyone's opinion. Please continue to keep us healthy, our family, our friends, and our classmates. We just want to say that we love you and we trust you with all that you do for us in our lives. Thank you. In your name's sake, amen.
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 Okay, again, thank everybody for joining. If you're not actually on live, this meeting is being recorded and you can go back and look at it at your leisure for more information that you may miss. Today is March the 9th, 2025, and we have started our meeting. We have already opened up with prayer, and at this time, Tony will give our financial report as of March the 9th.
All right, everyone. As of March the 9th, right now, in the checking account, we have $178.01. In the savings account, we have $26, which brings us to $204.01 that is active in the checking account. We also have six uh, classmates that have already paid their dues. Amy Douglas, Cornelius Woodard, Letitia White, Patrina Morgan, Damon Morgan, and Melissa Williams, bringing us to a total of $540 as of today, with a grand total of $744.01, excuse me. The biggest thing, glad, want to thank the folks that already paid their dues. For me personally, I need to get on it. I need to pay my dues. But it's $90. It's $90 for the rest of the year. That'll take care of this year, and we will start back over January 1st of next year. The proposal was $120. We agreed on that. That'll be your dues for the year. And just to highlight what those dues are for, right now, when we do have occasions, we have a few folks that go into their pocket because of the love of the class and take care of some things. And we just want to get a substantial pot so that we wouldn't have to charge as much when we have things. And we also don't want to be at a point where we also undercutting ourselves just so we can have certain events. So if you pay your dues, that gets you some discounts on specific things, and it also helps us so we don't have to do as much to make these things happen. I think all of you can agree, since we've been doing better the last two years, as far as having meetings and as far as having events. We've been doing really, really well, and we've had a great time every time we've had anything. So again, this is not going to be wasteful. Everything that we put toward this is going back into the class in one way, shape, or form. All right. Thank you.
Thank you
I
so
got
much for that
I got a
update.
question. Trista, I probably didn't see it. So it's on the class page for like PayPal or Zelle and Cash App.
That is correct.
That is
Okay, because
correct.
yeah, I don't be on Facebook like that. That's why I'm asking. So I need to go out there and make sure I see stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what it is, Veronica, I got to call you the right name on here. Uh, so what it is for those of you that do not have Facebook and do not have the opportunity to do it, I believe at least one of us in the group has most people's contact. If not, I know Sylvia has the majority of it in the class papers or whatever. But those that don't have social media, we try to reach out individually for those to make sure that they at least get the information. Um, Yes, we do have. Now, we do not have a class Zelle set up. If you need to Zelle money, you can Zelle it to me or Trina or Trista or Sylvia, and we will make sure that it goes into the pot. The Clash Cash app is, what is it again, Trina?
I think $ is FCHS 1991.
That's it. So that's the Cash app. And like I say,
Okay.
again, cash is always welcome. If you see us in the street, just give it to us and we'll take care of it. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, hopefully that addressed your question. Our next thing that's on our agenda is old business. And the first thing that's under our old business is going to be a venue for our event on 6/28. We are in the process of trying to find a location for the venue. And if anyone have any ideas on location, please make sure you share it. Although we do have a little bit more time to work on this, we don't want to wait till the last minute because we know that will be peak season for summer and reunions and just different things are going on during that time. So we definitely do want to lock in a location. Of course, we have not locked in a location, but we will be next month. So hopefully we will have additional information for his venue. So if you do have specific information, please share that with us. It's for as the event for 6/28/2025.
Can y'all give me a quick update on what this event is for, or what all you need, or what are we doing? Cookout or
Well, that's what we're in the process of trying to put together what we decided as a committee. Instead of just having events, on our reunion time, we would try to do quarterly events and have more events throughout the year so
Mhm.
that you can't participate in one, possibly you can participate in another one. But what we were looking at is actually a facility where we can just have a get together.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was asked during the Western when we had the Western theme party that we do a cookout or something like that. So maybe like a cookout, but of course in June it's hot.
Mhm.
So
You want
maybe
something inside or outside? Something we can do inside.
I'm be I'm a I would look for both.
Mm-hmm.
I would look for both because I
Do
we
y'all
know June is real hot.
do y'all have a
Yes.
time yet?
We don't
The
have
reason
any.
why,
We don't have time yet.
yeah,
Yeah, we
the
probably
reason why
need to
I'm
go ahead
asking,
and pick a time.
because I'm planning something for my daughter. She's graduating. Okay,
Okay.
so don't worry about it. We'll figure it out.
I would, well, the time is going to depend on the venue because if it's
Hmm.
someplace that we got to get out before sundown, we're going to have to adjust to that. We're actually looking for someplace. The biggest thing and the biggest driver on this is someplace that will allow us to have alcohol.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest driver. So more than likely, if we can find some place that we can have it and still be there after the sun goes down, we're gonna try to utilize that more so than anything else.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I just want to put it out there when we are doing events as a committee that we always remember that we are representing our class. You may not
Hmm.
drink, may not enjoy certain types of music, but it's not just for individual people. This
That's right.
It's for
everybody.
a
So
group of
That's
people.
right.
take ourselves out of the equation, but consider yourself. If it's
Hmm.
something you like, then you put that there. But please, we need to just make sure that we remember that we are a committee and we are committee
Mm-hmm.
making decisions on the best, hopefully, of our whole class. Okay, so with that being said, if there's nothing else on the venue, we'll be addressing this at our next meeting as well. Um,
So
the
Trina,
next,
did you need help with looking for this
We
event spot?
always need help.
Okay.
yeah,
I have
the
a couple of places
last,
in mind, but I'm just not sure. And I guess we need what are you willing to invest or pay for the spot or the event place?
We're trying to go as low as possible.
Okay.
Um, and that's pretty much it, just as low as possible. We're
Mm-hmm.
not trying to break the bank or anything like that. I
Right.
be trying to keep venue rental $300 and under, but I
Mm-hmm.
know that that's hard to do. Unless
Mm-hmm.
like a picnic shelter, you can do it for under $300. But for buildings, it's hard to do. So especially with our money situation, because if we get like a very expensive place, then that's more money that people have to pay to attend it. So we try our best to keep the costs down so that
Mm-hmm.
we won't have to pay as much money.
Okay. So something more for a cookout.
Yeah.
So where you can have shelter in case it rains or something. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any other questions or any other um anything anybody else would like to add to that comment? Okay, very good. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go on to the next the bonfire and camping, and that's gonna be in the fall. And at Preston Walker, who is supposed to be actually leading this actually activity. I can't tell from my phone if he's actually on because he was about the meeting.
I'm
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
sister.
Okay. So would you like to
Yeah.
elaborate on this particular activity that actually he suggested, and we had several people that felt it was a great idea. So at this time, we would like to entertain his findings, and also if anyone would like to take part in assisting in this type of activity along with him, please feel free to let us know. But this will be our fall 2025 activity. So at this time, I would turn it over to Preston Walker as far as his goals and ideas and what he has found out so far. And please remember that this is open to suggestions.
Hey, everyone, how you guys doing today?
Hey,
Hey,
what was
Preston.
Russell?
Good.
We just left Seth Creek Park, and the biggest thing, the bonfire is going to be a touch and go. It's going to be a situational thing with the dryness. So that part would be uh we'll do that. We'll play that by ear for right now. However, with the there's an area, a pavilion out there that we can rent. And you guys know the price is fairly cheap on those pavilions out there. I don't have an exact dollar amount, but my thing with that is okay. We do a Friday, Saturday, pack up that Sunday. It's almost like checking into a hotel, but you know everybody have the camping spots. I think they run around how much, baby?
46.
About $46.
46 to 50.
46 to 50. And it'll be a camp out slash hiking type deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want to add? And it's the big cost is pretty much getting your gear together. And that's all I really have. So I mean it's a how should I say, it's a work in progress to get everybody on board. Um
As we get closer.
and as we get closer, I would say by June, I can have some solid numbers and some good vendors to touch bases with. I'm kind of sorry this is so vague right now, but it's still a work in progress. So Sis Creek would be the area, but working out the details, we'll have to do a little more scavenging on that.
Okay. When you say the 40 or 50, is it 40 or 50 a night or for the whole weekend?
Or per night.
Okay. And
Per
that'll
night.
be one camping spot.
Right.
Okay.
However, you can put at least two good tents up on that site,
Okay.
and they have water, electrical, and a shower and bathroom is maybe what 40 yards? I'd say 40 to 50 yards away. So it's within distance, and they're nice at the park down there. So
Okay. One more
uh,
question. I got a lot of questions.
yes, ma'am.
And if those that don't want to go hike, it would be good for us to go just to sit around and talk and bond, correct?
Exactly. And that was the purpose of the bonfire. But instead of the bonfire, we can always think outside of the box, go with a smoke of one or two smokeless fire pits, or we could use a propane fire pit. As long as it's contained, that's the biggest thing. So just sit around, get your lawn chair, and honestly, I think that's a good bonding exercise, to sit around and talk and have a grill going. Almost like a cookout almost.
Good idea, Preston.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. That's with my partner in crime. Here she go.
Okay, so by June you will have more information, and also in the message, Sylvia Yarborough say she'll be more than willing to help with that planning of that activity for fall 2025. So if you could please consider possibly contacting her as a joint effort, and by all means, if you need any additional assistance, please reach out to some of the other
Right,
men-
right.
committee members as well.
And one more thing. Well, we normally do a family camp out in what, October? October. October, the weather's pretty. It's not too hot, not too cold, around about fair time. And I suggest everybody, instead of going to spend that money at the fair, they could take that money and invest into us, as far as getting your gear, uh, and a air mattress tent and a little portable heater. And that's all it takes. And the startup is not that expensive either. Out 150, 200 bucks will get you going.
Well,
Then
Preston, like I
you,
have a tent that sleep like 8 to 10, and I think I have a smaller tent, a
hmm
camping cot. So really, for someone that doesn't want to invest, that doesn't do outdoors like that, if they just have either a cot or a sleeping bag, if they're
hmm
comfortable, I think we can probably do like a intro type thing beforehand, an info session,
that
just
is
so,
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we can plan it out so that those who are not familiar can kind of understand a little bit about it. Because if we
hmm
go in there and say we need you to go get $150, $200 worth of stuff, they're gonna scatter.
You know what? Lavinia's, she's in agreement with you. In fact, I think we have enough equipment. We can actually set up something that too. So yeah, Sylvia, Lavinia, Lavinia's on board with that. So I don't, I'm down with that too.
Okay,
So,
so with that being said, once that committee or the 2 or 3 people that get together and come up with an idea, then we can put it out there so the people that's interested in it, we could keep it as low as we can, because we may have
hmm
10 people, 16 people. And as you said, if we have 2 large tents already ready to go, then we could just work on all the logistics from there as far as
all
what.
right.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
and one other thing, Preston, I'm glad you
Uh-huh.
sent that link the other day. I went ahead and put it up on the class site. Preston is video taping all of his excursions. Y'all if you get a chance to look at what Preston is doing, he has it on his YouTube channel. Uh, it really, really looks good. It's a different approach to this, so that opens your eyes to some things, because a lot of times, we can be closed-minded to nature by itself, but there is, nature has a tremendous purpose. It can bring down your stress levels, all of that good stuff. And Preston brought this to us during the Western party, and I told him, I said, all ideas are on the table, and I think now listening at it a little more, it might have me out there.
But you know what? Uh Lavinia, she's a big driving force with all this. And so she's like I said, she's open my eyes to a lot of things. And so if you guys are interested in doing some bird watching, she will be a point of contact on that. That's her thing. So, you know, you know. But like I say, we'll fine tune this as we go. But I think with the idea that Sylvia and Lavinia, she's been in my ear with that the whole time. So I think with that, the introduction type to basic camp out, I think that would be wonderful. So bravo Zulu to them two ladies on that. So, hey Sylvia, we'll get in contact with you, okay? If she's still there.
I'm here. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just getting home and I got a mouthful of food.
Okay, yeah. Lavinia will be reaching out. She said she'll reach out to you and touch bases on that with you. Hey, Veronica.
Hey.
Okay, very good. The time is currently 6:21, and we have a couple more things that we need to cover. Um, so we're going to move on if everybody's okay with that. And we will be getting an update possibly at our next meeting as far as additional information on the bonfire and camping, which possibly, if I'm hearing it right, would be possible October as far as good weather. So with that being said, we will move on to the next item on the agenda, and that's going to be the 35-year reunion. And just to bring everybody abreast of that, the committee discussed the 35 reunion, and it was a proposal and accepted that we consider doing a cruise. And we did a poll and a vote to say the two dates that we were looking at, and it was October 22nd, 2026, and December 3rd, 2026, and December the 3rd is actually the date that the majority of 52% voted on. So with that being said, Tony will be putting out information this week about that, but we will be meeting as well. And the other thing that we also talked about is once information is given, we will be having a cruise informational session, and that is going to be for and we will possibly come up with that date at our next meeting, a session to actually give maybe people who have not been on a cruise before more information so they don't feel like they're lost. An opportunity for people to ask questions, and the question will be addressed. For the ones who do not like to ask questions online, you can submit those questions. We will be coming up with a date for the informational session for the class cruise, which right now is going to be December the 3rd, 2026.
Trista, most people also voted to be responsible for their own transportation as well.
That is correct. That was my next thing to talk about is we will be responsible for our own transportation. That was voted upon as well. So we will be giving out additional information. Of course, we have time, but we don't have time. But we want people to go ahead and commit. That's why we will be hosting an informational session where people can ask questions and we can address the questions so we can go ahead and start doing our deposits, which is a lot of information to that. So we're not going to go into that tonight because it is a lot. There could be a whole Zoom call in itself. So with that being said, our 35-year reunion will be we will be taking a cruise, which will be in the month of December. Again, if you would like to help plan that information, please let us know. Just let us know that you would like to help with the cruise so you can be a part of the detailed information before we actually put it out to our classmates. Do I need to add anything else to that part as far as the 35-year reunion?
So it won't be planned among the committee. It'll be another committee outside of the committee.
Well, I'm not saying it's not going to be planned. What I'm saying is sometimes when you have detailed information, everybody may not be available, and everybody may not have knowledge on the cruise. Is what I'm saying. Every time we have a meeting, it won't be a Zoom call meeting. It may be an individual committee meeting.
Okay. Yeah, that was my question. If it's, if it was going to be
No.
through the whole committee or just a few.
Well, I mean, even with we always go through the committees even when we have particular events, but sometimes it still end up being certain committee members that handle certain things. But as far as making decisions, like we voted on the date, we voted on if it was going to be transportation. We always put it out to our classmates and our committees, but sometimes you have individual driving forces that may have a little bit more knowledge, but no decisions would be made without the committee knowledge. Do anyone else have anything they would like to address as far as that the different sometimes subcommittees we may have that may be more instrumental on particular events?
So the cruise was decided. Have y'all decided on? So the location and everything has to be decided now.
We said
So, yeah.
Jacksonville Carnival Cruise Line is the cruise line of choice. So those two things have been voted upon.
Mm-hmm.
As I was speaking, like we already said that people voted to drive their own cars, and
Mm-hmm.
like that. And some people may want hotel information. So that information will be given also out as far as, possible suggestions, not things that people have to do. But if you've never been on a cruise, it can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
Again, that's why we are doing the informational session. That
Tony, can you go over the itinerary for that cruise again so it will get fresh on everybody's mind?
Yeah. Cruise leave December 3rd. That's that Thursday. It will return back to Jacksonville on the 6th, which is Monday morning. The first stop on this cruise is at Carnival's private island. That'll be your first stop. Get off. That'll be a whole day at the first stop. The second stop at the cruise will be in Nassau. That's basically a whole day at Nassau, and then we will return back to the ship and be on board. We have a full day at sea to do whatever you want on the boat, and then we will return, like I said, on Monday morning. The reason why we set it up like this, if you have to take off, this would really only put you Thursday, Friday, and Monday taking off. Um, Everything else that was leaving was middle of the week, or you leave on Monday, you come back on Saturday. That'll take up a whole week for some folks. So we wanted to keep it on the weekend as much as possible. And then also and I'll have all this information by the end of the week, but we're planning on having just a special night for us on the cruise. We also are planning some additional things. There will be class reunion related activities. It may not be where all the time, but there will be some class reunion related activities. I know we kind of kicked around what we're gonna wear and all that kind of stuff, but we'll get to that later on. But we will most definitely. That's the planned itinerary right now. Like I say, you got one day at the private island, one day at Nassau, and it's just something quick. Really, it's just something that we wanted to do because it was, this was something we tried to put together. I think for the 20th, we didn't get it together. So we decided let's do it for the 35 and blow it out real good, and let's all come on and have a good time.
Any
And
passports required, just in case some people may need to know?
no passport. That's why we're going to do that informational,
Yeah.
but no
Okay.
passport needed.
And I would say though, you still can go to the Bahamas with your birth certificate, but there's some other things.
Yeah,
If you don't want to do the birth certificate, you can do a passport card that is much cheaper than a passport. And I can get that information and put it in the class.
yeah.
Yeah, because you got basically a year and probably 8 months right now before we actually are leaving. So you got plenty of time if you decide what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the reason for having all of the smaller informational meetings, so all this information will be put out in those little smaller meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't want people to spend unnecessary money or be deterred from going. So some people say passport, oh, I don't need a passport. I don't want a passport. So that's why, like I say, the informational session will be given. So options will be given at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So again, we will be giving out more information once we meet again, and the more information we get in this concrete information we'll be getting it out so we can actually get our participation. And again, we want to thank everybody who voted. And although the date that you agreed upon was not chosen, hopefully you would still consider going to December, because we just wanted to make it fair across the board. But hopefully, because October 22nd was not chosen, we still want everybody to go. And the good thing about it, we have enough time to make those adjustments. So again, thank everybody for voting. But December the 3rd through the 6th was the chosen date, which was 52% of the people that chose that date. And again, thank you. Okay. So at this time, we're going to go on to the next item on our agenda, because we try to keep our meetings under an hour if possible. So the next thing is the fundraiser update, which would be the Yeti Cooler. We have been giving out tickets for the classmates that would like to sell tickets. And if you don't have your tickets and you would like tickets, please contact Trina or one of the committee members, I'm saying committee members, but pretty much everybody on here may be committee members, but a committee member that have tickets, I would say that. Contact them if you would like to take part in the Yeti fundraiser event. And we will be meeting to collect those tickets and monies. So we would discuss that at the for our next class meeting. So we'll be discussing that a little bit more at our next agenda item. So, but for fundraising,
Well, we kind of need to discuss it now because that probably be our next meeting.
okay.
Well, yeah, we probably need to pick one date, and then we probably gonna have to go around and collect again because the drawing isn't until April 21st, unless you just want to make it that week.
I think since we have on our tickets that it's going to be April 21st, we need to do what we say we're going to do and draw it on April 21st.
Yeah, yeah. What I'm saying is, do you want to have a meeting before that? Before like the 21st is that Sunday. I think you want to have it that Friday or so.
So it's collecting the tickets and the money and having another brief meeting. What date are you looking at? I guess is the question, if I understand that right, Tony.
Yeah, that's right.
So our next meeting would include the collection of tickets and ticket money for our drawing on the 21st. So would it be close that week of, or like Tony said, that Friday, which would be the 19th? Because we could still do a Zoom call, but we need a location to collect the ticket money.
So I'm looking at my calendar right now, and I will be in Columbia on the 19th. I'm off on the 20th. The 21st is actually on a Monday. So
Okay.
it's up to you guys what y'all want to do. If y'all want to meet that Sunday, I think is that Easter Sunday?
That's Easter
Yeah.
Sunday.
So that probably was not a good day.
So we have to do Friday or either Saturday as far as a meeting.
I can meet that Saturday if y'all are free that Saturday afternoon. I think my meeting I have in Columbia is like at lunchtime.
Well, I'm open for any meeting time. And I mean, we've always met at Lizard Thicket. It's kind of a secluded area meeting room that we can meet at.
Yeah.
So do we want to go back there to that meeting spot that we normally meet at so people can drop it off on Saturday, maybe 3 o'clock?
Sure.
Yeah, that's fine. I ain't got nothing.
So we're looking at Saturday at 3 o'clock. That'll be April 20th.
Do anybody object to that time?
I don't object to it. I just wanted to ask this. I can try to stick it in the mail and shoot my stubs because I'll be out of town. Well, I'm out of town now, but I won't be in town that weekend.
Sylvia, don't put your stuff in the mail.
Julia.
No, I can go to like FedEx or something. Sending it to my house don't work, but I can go to FedEx or something ahead of schedule and Trina like send it to your house.
Okay. That's
But
fine.
I
To that date, it's the 19th. It's the 19th.
April the 19th.
Yeah, because the 19th is Easter.
No,
The
the
20th
19th.
is
The
The
20th
20th, I'm
is
sorry. I'm
Easter.
sorry. I'm sorry.
The Saturday is
20th.
the 19th.
Yeah.
So that'll be April
So
the
if y'all want to, instead of not doing the meeting, since we're going to draw it during our meeting, I can just give y'all a time on the 19th where I can meet you guys. But we have to agree on a time because, like, I still have tickets. Like, not everybody got tickets. And I feel like I've been very, as much as I can, flexible to give people tickets. So if we agree to a time and a place, we need to respect everybody's time, including mine, that we be there at that time and place. And we can just drop off tickets and then have our meeting by Zoom on the 21st, if that works better for everybody.
I'm good with that Saturday the 19th myself, but I'm just speaking for myself. And I know I haven't picked up my tickets, but my timing ain't like yours right now, Trina. So I gotta get them though.
have a question. Like I know the numbers on my tickets, and the way that I'm selling now is because people are scattered. Is okay. Your ticket number is 1, 2, 3 through 5, 6, 7.
Mm-hmm.
If someone bought five or whatever, so then I write their name on that particular ticket, and I'll submit that part of the ticket for them.
That's
Are we
correct.
going? Are we going to do a manual ticket draw, or can we do like that virtual prize wheel where we load our numbers up and let it pick a ticket number? Because if we're doing a virtual thing, draw like that, we don't have to worry about having the physical stub if we know the numbers that everyone has on their tickets.
Okay.
But
You
you
want
may
to
not get
commit?
all of them sold.
You want to
You
commit,
might have some numbers.
and that takes time and commitment for somebody to load all those names on those numbers, because you would have to have the name loaded in the system.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to volunteer for that, you can. I know me, my time be short.
My thing is, I wouldn't because I'm not local to collect everyone's ticket,
Yeah.
and I don't know how everyone time runs to be able to sit and type and send me a list of your ticket number and the name.
Hmm.
Exactly. Mhm.
So I'd say the best thing to do is draw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
Get
you
the
won't have to worry
stubs
about
and
putting
draw.
all them names in. Right.
Okay. Okay.
I thought
All
about the
right.
virtual thing
Trina.
too, Sylvia, but then I thought about the time it takes to load all those names and stuff. That's a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe that's a thought for a future thing, and
Hmm.
I might look into it for a future idea.
Okay.
All right.
So if I got this right, we will be actually having a meeting place set up that Saturday the 19th, possibly at 3 o'clock to get the physical tickets. And we need to come up with a time, a Pacific time, so everybody could make sure that they are able to meet to get those tickets. Or are we looking at the meeting and collecting the tickets?
I would
It's
say let's
whatever y'all.
just set up the collection of tickets for Saturday since on we're gonna meet
Monday.
on Monday anyway. Just give a window that we gonna pick up tickets on Saturday and let it be that, and then we go ahead on.
And Trina, as far as a meeting time, if we can find a location, if you want to do a certain amount of time, and then I can sit a certain amount of time to pick the tickets up, I'm willing to do that as well.
Okay.
So we'll have a larger window as far as people coming
Okay.
that set them to bring the tickets to us.
Okay.
So
That'll
we'll
work. And
do a time frame and a location, but people can actually bring their tickets to a particular location, at least maybe an hour and a half window time.
hmm we can discuss it in a committee chat. Then come
Okay.
up with what's best for everybody.
Okay.
I got a
And
suggestion. Is
okay.
the room still available over Kroger? It used to be free. They had like a meeting place upstairs over Kroger on Two Notch.
I remember that.
Yeah. So I don't know if they still have it or you have to rent it, but I just think I know one time we just had to reserve it. So that could be a
I
place.
I called them. I think I've called them before, and I can't remember. Maybe they wasn't available for the time that we wanted. But I called them.
So is this for the
So,
meeting or for the ticket drop off?
yeah, so I'm lost and I was going to ask the same question. So go ahead.
They can do it for the drop off if that's the case. I mean,
But we still got the meeting on the 19th, right?
No. So I think what we're gonna do is on the 19th. Y'all excuse me. I mean, is on the 19th do a drop off to make sure we have all the tickets so we can do the drawing on the virtual meeting on the 21st.
Okay. Okay. Understood. So really
So
you
we
just,
just dropping off
Just dropping off.
19th at 3 o'clock.
yes.
what you gonna do like from 3 to 4?
Yeah, I kind of feel like an hour should be good enough for that. Because all you're doing is dropping off money and tickets.
So the deadline for the sale of tickets will be the 19th then.
Yes.
Yes.
And I know people need their tickets. I'm back up in Clemson until Thursday. I'll be home Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
My schedule is free Friday. My schedule is packed Saturday. Well, I'll be at Will Lee Robinson Ball Field in Blair, South Carolina from 9:30 a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. You can come by and pick up your tickets and pick up a plate while you're at it.
Way to go, Trina. Throw the plate in there
So
too.
so can I plan on meeting you Friday then at some point?
Yeah, give me a time before I get home because I'll be trying to make my schedule around these times. But I
Well,
know my
it
schedule
don't
is
matter. You
full.
just throw out the time.
Okay, I know my schedule is full Saturday and it's full
You
Sunday.
okay?
But I'm
Well, just
off.
throw me out a time Friday, and I meet you because I'm free Friday.
Okay, okay.
And Trina,
All right.
I'm free Friday too, so you can just let me know what time to meet you.
Okay.
Where you gonna meet at?
Bridget stay out there in the woods with me.
Mm,
I might just drop them off at her house on my way to meet Cynthia. Sylvia them.
mm.
Well,
So
y'all just let me know what time though.
yeah,
Okay.
because
I
I'm
mean,
in
anytime is
Columbia.
good.
I just couldn't meet this weekend to get them.
I'll be coming to. I'm probably coming to. I know I will be in Columbia Saturday and Sunday, and I
Okay.
might be in Columbia Friday too, Jack. I'll text you personally. I do want to remind everybody. I am keeping up a list of who got what tickets, and when you turn in your tickets, turn in your unsold tickets as well. You'll be responsible for the money for all those tickets. So just want to remind. So try to keep up with your stubs.
If you don't turn them in.
Yeah, if you don't turn them in, you'll be responsible for paying for the
You gotta pay
tickets you
for the
didn't turn
yeah
in.
the tickets you didn't turn in.
That's correct.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a little brief update as far as the fundraiser. The fundraiser will end on April 19th.
Mm-hmm.
We will be picking them up. Meeting spot will be announced, and it'll be between 3 and 4. And if you pick up 100 tickets, you are responsible for 100 tickets, either turning the tickets back in or the money along with the unsold tickets. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So as far as the class dues, Tony did briefly go over that, but that's the next thing on our agenda. So I will do a recap with that. We have had, first of all, I'd like to thank all the classmates that have paid their dues so far. We really appreciate their effort, and we also appreciate the classmates that are planning on paying as well. And also, this is not a mandatory thing. This is just something we put in place to assist us with. Sometimes we may have to rent things and have money up front, and those monies will actually help with that. And again, we have 6 that have paid the full dues for the year. It was discussed that you don't have to do it for the whole year. You can do it monthly by sending it in to our Cash App and putting your name by saying dues. If you're doing it for the month, half of the year, or the full year, please put that in what you are paying it for. And also, as Tony spoke before, the dues, with paying the dues, there are perks. We have not discussed those perks. We just did that as something that may convince people to possibly pay. But we have not came up with what perks will look like. I know Cynthia is actually mentioning that in the chat, but we do not have what perks look like. So at that time, if you pay dues and say for instance something costs $25 to get into the event, well, if you pay dues, you may only have to pay 20 versus the 25. That's what perks may look like, but perks will be added at the individual activities, and it may not be at every activity, but we will have different prices based on perks if they are available. Um, and
Give the amounts of the dues again. I'm sorry, I forgot.
The dues for the year is going to be $90, and we will be collecting them. That's for the whole year. And if you choose to pay it at one time, it will be collected throughout the year for the ones who may want to pay at a later time. But we do have 6 classmates that have paid, and you can utilize paying the dues through the Cash App or Zelle. Just make sure you notate that it's for your dues, not an activity.
So if you don't pay them at one time up front, it would be $100 for the year because it starts like in March. So it'd be from March through December.
That's correct,
That's
and that's why
correct.
dollars.
But if you pay all at one time, you get a $10 discount. So
Yeah.
like next year, the dues are 120. If you pay them like in January, you can pay 110 and get a $10 discount.
Yes. Okay. Again, thank you for everybody that has paid them. The ones who are planning on paying them, thank you so much for considering it. And the ones who may not have it, it doesn't matter. It's all in love. It's just something that we want to start trying to do. So it's not an obligation, but we do appreciate it as well. And which I covered everything.
Well, just one more thing on the dues. This was not a committee decision per se. This was brought to us by classmates that wanted to help out during the year because they knew how much it was putting on the committee to put this on. So before anybody, I know we make this public, but I just want everybody to understand this was the classmates requested that we pay dues. And it wasn't a committee decision that we came up with because this is the thing. We've been doing this for a long time, y'all. And honestly, $90 for the year really isn't that bad. But it's going to be some folks grumble. We know that. We understand that. But here's the thing. We're doing a good job about having events. We still have not only just the bonfire, not only the cookout, but we still looking at, we also have to do for homecoming as well. So if that money is going to go a long way so that it can keep the cost down for everybody, uh, instead of just a few here and there, trying to keep everything going at one time. So it has its purpose. Everything that we do has a purpose. Uh, and I think it's going to be very, very beneficial. And you're going to see how well that goes from here on out, just because of the fact we have some flexibility where we can do some things now that we wasn't able to do before. So anytime somebody comes with an idea, we put it before the committee and we go with it at that point. Those of you that are on the Zoom call right now, all of y'all on the committee, all y'all have an input, all y'all have a say.
Thank you so much, Tony. And with that being said, again, um, as the committee, we have tried very hard not only to consider all of our classmates, but try to make sure that our classmates want to participate. So if it's something that you feel that'll be a good idea for our classmates to keep us bonded, keep us supporting each other, keep us loving each other, please feel free to reach out because we don't know what everybody wants. But as a committee, we are willing to accept any ideas, concerns, criticism. We're here for it all because that's what we do. We work for our class of 1991 classmates, and we definitely, everything we do it in love. And again, thank you for everybody that has given unselfishly to the dues so far. And I'm convinced that there will be more. If not, we're thankful for what has taken place so far. So with that being said, we're going to go on into the conclusion, which that's going to be questions, and hopefully we can address the questions with an answer on tonight. Again, do we have any questions from any of our classmates that's on the call tonight? Again, if you have a question and you're not on the call tonight, please forward that question by message and we could address it at our next meeting as well. And I'm going to pause at this time just to address any questions that we may have at this time.
Just another question, and excuse me for being a little late, but I want to just specifically welcome Jackie as well as Veronica as oncoming board members, and just make sure that
And
we.
Katrina, I'm sorry.
Oh, Katrina. Anybody else? Preston, Lavinia? Do we welcome everybody? I'm just saying now. Yeah, and we do have a set of bylaws, but basically it's really relaxed where we're on here to serve and to be of service. We plan things. We get here early. We are the setup and the cleanup crew. Through Trista, Sylvia, wonderful decorating committee. Trista has been instrumental when it comes to caterers, Tony with DJs, etc. We leverage the contacts we have. It does get to be a lot. Jackie, I know you know because you already been on the committee, but we just simply are the classmates that have taken a personal commitment to serve our classmates in this capacity. So welcome aboard and thank you, three, for being willing to come aboard. And of course, we always open to those that would like to join the committee and serve as well.
I got a question. For the tickets, how many tickets are we supposed to try to sell since y'all already started? I'm trying to figure out, am I going to be able to get some sold?
Girl, I promise you ain't gonna be behind.
And it was not a specific amount. It was basically what you requested. We didn't make a certain amount saying we were expecting everybody to sell a certain amount because some people sell good, some people do not. It was totally a volunteer effort. I know on
Okay.
I got 200 because I am going to an event and I'm hoping to sell them at the event. But I know me personally, I'm not a good ticket seller as far as going around. But if I'm in a crowd of people, I don't mind asking. So because I'm going to be in a crowd of people, I took 200 tickets. I'm not promising I'm going to sell 200. So if I don't sell 200, Trina getting her tickets back because she got my name on that list and I'm going to give her them tickets back.
So how much are the
Trista, you got
tickets?
them now. You stuck with them. You got
Oh,
How,
the
how
One
tickets.
much are
second.
the tickets?
They're $5 a piece. You can get six for
Okay.
25. They're in bundles of 50, so you have to get them in increments of 50. So, like if you
Okay.
want just 50, I can give you 50 of them.
Okay.
I'm like Trista. I took 100, but I'm probably going to get more because I am going to an event, and my husband is helping me sell them. So, if you sell out of tickets and I don't have any more, reach out to other committee members. They might have some they can give you.
Mike
Okay.
alone will sell all your tickets, Trina.
So you
He'll
said
sell
six
all them
tickets for
tickets.
25, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
thank you for that great question. Do we have any more questions? Okay, very good. Thank y'all so much. So what we're going to do at this time, we've already talked about the next meeting. Was going to be on Monday, the 21st. What time, Trina? We didn't do a time for Monday.
Is 6 o'clock good with you guys?
Probably so.
Yeah, should be.
All right, 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock on Monday, the 21st will be our Zoom call, and we will be picking tickets up. Will be available to collect tickets on the 19th, and we will be putting more information out so we don't forget everything. So just doing a brief recap, we opened up with prayer. The financial report was given by Tony. The old business as far as our upcoming event for 6/28, we're still working on that, which was going to be a cookout with possibly an indoor-outdoor facility. The bonfire, Preston Walker will be getting along with Sylvia Yarborough will be working out the details. We're looking at possibly October 2025. More information to come on that. When it comes to the 35th reunion, it has been chosen December the 3rd through the 6th. More information will be given out in an informational session. Will also take place for any questions before we start collecting money as far as the deposits. An information session will take place. As far as the fundraiser is still going on. It will end on April the 19th. That would be by collecting sold and unsold tickets by the classmates. Also, dues are collected to help offset some of the costs of our activities, and it will be a ongoing collection through the whole year, and we're hoping that it continues to go great as it has been already. And also we've had classmates pay already. And also I was just reminded, trying to read and remember, Sylvia, you missing me up, but also given Lavinia also would be on that committee as well with the camping activity for October. As far as the expectations of the committee members, just please make sure that as committee members, we are willing to work for the benefit of everyone as far as our classmates are concerned, being open and willing to serve in a capacity that's just pleasing to not only yourself, but everyone. In conclusion, we did do questions. We had a couple questions. As far as the next meeting, it has been set for Monday, the 21st at 6 o'clock by Zoom. And at this time, we will be closing if we don't have anything to add. If I overlooked anything, if not, we will be closing in prayer after if anything needed to be added. All minds, hearts clear. So at this time, we will close in prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you. We thank you for another great meeting. We thank you for open minds and humbleness. We hope that everything that we have discussed tonight is in pleasing to you, for you being the head of our life. We want everybody to stay safe and healthy until we meet again. In your name's sake, amen.
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 All right, peeps. I will let you all know when I get all the information. It'll be out before Friday. So be prepared for your cruise information at that point. And then we'll set up informational meetings for folks that have never been or things to get them prepared for the trip. And that will be out after we start making deposits.
I also encourage those that have been to still listen to the informational
Huh?
meetings, because those that have been to
What you
still listen
got?
to the
Oh,
information meetings,
what key on
because
it?
some things can change,
You want to go
since
there?
the last time you went.
Okay.
All right.
Everybody have a great weekend. Be safe. Keep your family safe. Keep us prayed up. Have a
And
All
great
thank
right.
you.
Have a good one,
Night.
everyone.
Bye,
All right. Good
everybody.
night.
Y'all have a good
See you
week.
later.
You too.
All
Bye.
right, you too.